My beloved child, I see you. I see how tired you are. I see the weight you carry on your shoulders, the exhaustion that has settled deep into your bones, the weariness that clouds your eyes even as you try to smile through another day. I see the fatigue that goes beyond physical tiredness, the soul-deep exhaustion that comes from carrying burdens you were never meant to bear alone. Come to me now, my precious one. Come and rest in my presence. Let my words wash over you like gentle waves, bringing peace to your troubled mind and rest to your weary soul. I am here with you in this moment, and I will remain with you through the night and into the morning light. You are safe here with me. You can release everything you've been holding so tightly. I see how you've been pushing yourself, trying to be strong for everyone around you, trying to meet every demand, trying to solve every problem, trying to be everything to everyone. But tonight, you don't have to be strong. Tonight, you can simply be my child, resting in the arms of the one who created you, the one who knows every part of you, the one who loves you with an everlasting love. I see the tears you've held back, the fears you've hidden, the doubts you've wrestled with in the quiet moments when no one else is watching. I see it all, and I am not disappointed in you. I am not frustrated with your weakness. I do not love you less because you are tired. In fact, it is in your weakness that my strength is made perfect. It is in your weariness that you can finally stop striving and simply receive what I have always wanted to give you: my perfect peace, my complete rest, my unconditional love. Let me tell you about the rest I offer you, my child. It is not merely the rest of sleep, though sleep is a precious gift I have given you for the renewal of your body and mind. The rest I offer goes deeper than that. It is rest for your soul, rest from striving, rest from performing, rest from the endless cycle of trying to earn love and approval that I have already freely given you. You do not have to earn my love. You cannot earn my love. It is a gift, freely given, completely undeserved, and utterly unchanging. Nothing you do can make me love you more, and nothing you do can make me love you less. I loved you before you were born. I loved you as I knit you together in your mother's womb, carefully forming every part of you, numbering every hair on your head, planning every day of your life before one of them came to be. I loved you on the day you took your first breath, and I will love you until the day you take your last breath and beyond into eternity. My love for you is not based on your performance, your productivity, or your perfection. It is based on who I am, not on who you are. I am love, and therefore I love you. It is as simple and as profound as that. This love is not like human love that can be withdrawn when you disappoint or fail. This is divine love, eternal love, unchanging love, unconditional love. It does not depend on your moods or circumstances or choices. It simply is, constant and true, like the sun that continues to shine even when clouds hide it from your view. I know you are tired of trying so hard. I know you are weary from the constant pressure to succeed, to achieve, to accomplish, to prove yourself worthy. You wake up each morning with a mental list of everything you must do, everyone you must please, every standard you must meet. You go through your day running from task to task, responsibility to responsibility, always feeling behind, always feeling inadequate, always feeling like you are not doing enough. And then you collapse at night, exhausted not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually, wondering if anything you did today even mattered, wondering if you will ever be enough. Let me speak truth into that exhaustion. You are already enough. You were made in my image, crowned with glory and honor, fearfully and wonderfully made. Your worth is not determined by what you do, but by whose you are. You are mine. You are my beloved child, and that will never change, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how tired you become, no matter how far you feel from who you think you should be. I see past the exhaustion to the beautiful soul I created. I see past the failures to the potential I placed within you. I see past the weariness to the purpose for which you were born. And I am pleased with you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, because you are trying, because you keep showing up even when it is hard, because you have not given up even though you have wanted to so many times. The exhaustion you feel is real and valid, and I do not dismiss it or minimize it. You are tired for so many reasons, carrying burdens that were meant to be shared or not carried at all. You have been bearing the weight of worry, anxiety about things that may never happen, fears about futures you cannot control. You have been shouldering the responsibility of outcomes that are not yours to determine, trying to make things happen that are in my hands, not yours. You have been dragging the heavy chains of past mistakes, regrets that accomplish nothing except to keep you anchored to what has already been forgiven and forgotten by me. You have been pushing the boulder of perfectionism up an endless hill, never reaching the top because perfection in this life is impossible, yet refusing to stop trying because you fear what it means about you if you are not perfect. You have been juggling the expectations of others, trying to be everything to everyone, contorting yourself to fit into boxes that were never designed for you, losing yourself in the process of trying to please people who may never be satisfied, and approval that I have already freely given you. You do not have to earn my love. You cannot earn my love. It is a gift, freely given, completely undeserved, and utterly unchanging. Nothing you do can make me love you more, and nothing you do can make me love you less. I loved you before you were born. I loved you as I knit you together in your mother's womb. I loved you on the day you took your first breath, and I will love you until the day you take your last breath, and beyond into eternity. My love for you is not based on your performance, your productivity, or your perfection. It is based on who I am, not on who you are. I am love, and therefore I love you. It is as simple and as profound as that. I know you are tired of trying so hard. I know you are weary from the constant pressure to succeed, to achieve, to accomplish, to prove yourself worthy. But hear me now, you are already worthy. You were made in my image, crowned with glory and honor, fearfully and wonderfully made. Your worth is not determined by what you do, but by whose you are. You are mine. You are my beloved child, and that will never change, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many mistakes you make, no matter how tired you become. I see past the exhaustion to the beautiful soul I created. I see past the failures to the potential I placed within you. I see past the weariness to the purpose for which you were born. And I am pleased with you, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. Tonight, as you rest, I want you to release all the burdens you've been carrying. Let me tell you about each one, so you can consciously let them go, one by one, feeling the weight lift from your shoulders as you hand each burden over to me. I am strong enough to carry them all. I am wise enough to know what to do with them. I am loving enough to care about every detail. You do not have to figure everything out. You do not have to hold it all together. You can release your grip and trust me to handle what you cannot. First, release the burden of perfectionism. You have been trying so hard to get everything right, to never make mistakes, to always have the right answers, to always make the right decisions. You replay conversations in your mind, analyzing what you said, how you said it, wondering if you should have responded differently. You second-guess your choices, even after the decision has been made. You set impossibly high standards for yourself and then feel like a failure when you inevitably fall short. You compare your worst to everyone else's best and find yourself lacking. But perfection was never the standard I set for you. I am the only perfect one, and I never asked you to be like me in that way. I asked you to be faithful, not perfect. I asked you to be willing, not flawless. I asked you to love, not to never fail. So release that impossible standard you've been holding yourself to. It is not from me. It is a burden I never intended for you to carry. Let it go now. Feel it lifting from your shoulders like a heavy backpack sliding off. Feel the relief of accepting that you are human, that you will make mistakes, that you will fail sometimes, and that is okay. I am with you in your failures just as much as I am with you in your successes. I'm not a God who stands at a distance, judging your every move, keeping a scorecard of your mistakes. I am a father who walks beside you, who catches you when you fall, who lifts you up when you stumble, who encourages you to try again when you fail, who believes in you, even when you do not believe in yourself. Your mistakes do not surprise me or disappoint me. I knew you would make them before you were born, and I chose to love you anyway, chose to call you anyway, chose to use you anyway. So give yourself the same grace I give you. Accept yourself as I accept you. Love yourself as I love you. Now release the burden of others' expectations. You have been carrying the weight of what everyone else thinks you should be, should do, should accomplish. Your parents had expectations for your career, your marriage, your lifestyle. Your spouse has expectations about who you should be in the relationship. Your children have expectations about what kind of parent you should be. Your friends have expectations about how much time and energy you should give them. Your employer has expectations about your productivity and availability. Society has expectations about success, about achievement, about what a good life looks like. The church has expectations about your involvement, your giving, your service. Social media bombards you with images of what you should look like, what you should own, where you should travel, what your family should look like. And you have been trying desperately to meet all these expectations, stretching yourself thin, fragmenting yourself into different versions depending on who you are with, exhausting yourself, trying to be everything to everyone. You have been trying to live up to standards set by people who do not know the plans I have for you, who do not understand the unique way I created you, who cannot see the purpose I have placed within you, who are looking at you through the lens of their own experiences, their own wounds, their own dreams and disappointments. Their expectations, no matter how well-meaning, no matter how much they love you, are not my will for you. I have a specific plan for your life, a unique calling that only you can fulfill, a particular path that I have marked out for you before the foundation of the world. And it may not look like what others expect. It may not make sense to them, it may disappoint them, it may confuse them, but it is your path, not theirs, so release their expectations now. Set them down like stones you have been carrying in your pockets, weighing you down, making every step heavier than it should be. It is not your job to live up to what others think you should be. It is not your responsibility to fulfill their dreams for your life. It is not your calling to become what they need you to be so they can feel better about themselves or vindicate their own choices. It is your job to become who I created you to be, and I will guide you in that journey, step by step, day by day, moment by moment. You do not have to figure it all out right now. You do not have to see the whole picture. You do not have to have all the answers. You simply have to take the next step I show you, trusting that I see what you cannot see, knowing what you do not know, preparing what you have not yet encountered. And then the next one, and then the next one. One step at a time, one day at a time, walking in relationship with me, listening for my voice above all the other voices clamoring for your attention. Release also the burden of financial worry. I know this one weighs heavily on your heart, perhaps heavier than almost any other burden. Money touches everything in your life, every decision, every plan, every dream. I know you lie awake at night calculating bills, running the numbers over and over in your mind, wondering how you will make ends meet, creating and recreating budgets that never seem to work out. Fearing what will happen if an unexpected expense arises, and unexpected expenses always seem to arise. The car breaks down, the medical bill comes, the washing machine stops working, the tooth cracks, the property tax is due, the insurance goes up. It feels like you are drowning, like you are one emergency away from disaster, like you will never get ahead, like you will never be able to stop worrying about money. You look at your bank account and feel anxiety grip your chest. You open bills with dread. You avoid thinking about retirement because it seems impossible. You feel shame about your financial situation, comparing yourself to others who seem to have it all together, wondering what you are doing wrong. Feeling like a failure, because you cannot seem to make progress. But do you not know that I own the cattle on 1,000 hills? Do you not know that every resource in the universe belongs to me? Do you not know that I feed the birds of the air, who do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet I feed them? Do you not know that I clothe the flowers of the field, which are here today and gone tomorrow, with beauty that surpasses even Solomon in all his splendor? And you are far more valuable to me than they are. You are my child, created in my image, purchased with the blood of my Son, indwelt by my Spirit. If I care for the birds and the flowers, how much more will I care for you? I know what you need before you even ask. I am not ignorant of your situation. I am not unaware of your struggles. I know about the bills, every single one. I know about the expenses, both the ones you expect and the ones that surprise you. I know about the financial pressures you face, the debt that feels crushing, the income that never seems to be quite enough, the dreams that feel out of reach because of money. And I am your provider. Not your job, though I may provide through your job. Not your savings account, though I may have led you to save for this season. Not your investments or your side hustle or your inheritance. Me. I am your provider, Jehovah Jireh, the God who sees and provides, and I will take care of you. This does not mean you should be irresponsible with money, throwing caution to the wind and expecting me to bail you out of foolish decisions. I have given you wisdom to steward your resources well, to make wise choices, to live within your means, to plan and budget and save. But it does mean you do not have to carry the weight of worry. It means you can do your part with diligence and wisdom, and then trust me to do my part. Worry does not add a single day to your life or a single dollar to your account. In fact, worry drains your energy, clouds your judgment, steals your joy, and prevents you from seeing the opportunities I place before you. But trust in me, faith that I am who I say I am, and will do what I say I will do, opens the windows of heaven and releases blessings you cannot even imagine. So choose trust over worry tonight. Choose faith over fear. Choose to believe that I am who I say I am, that I will do what I say I will do, and that I am fully capable of meeting every need you have. I have provided for you before. I will provide for you again. I have never failed you. I will not start now. I also want you to release the burden of relationship struggles. I know some of your deepest pain comes from broken relationships, from the fractures and wounds that human connection inevitably brings. Relationships that started with such hope and promise have become sources of pain and disappointment. Words spoken in anger that you cannot take back echo in your memory, haunting you with regret. Hurts inflicted by those you love cut deeper than any wound from a stranger because you trusted them. You opened your heart to them. You made yourself vulnerable to them. Distances have grown between you and people who once were close. Gaps that seem impossible to bridge. Silences that feel louder than any argument. Maybe it is a parent who never gave you the love and approval you needed, whose criticism still rings in your ears even now. Maybe it is a sibling from whom you have grown apart, years and choices creating distance that geography alone cannot explain. Maybe it is a friendship that ended badly, misunderstandings that were never resolved, betrayals that severed trust. Maybe it is a romantic relationship that fell apart, dreams that died, a future you envisioned that will never be. Maybe it is a marriage that is struggling, distance between you and your spouse, even when you are in the same room, loneliness in the midst of togetherness. Wondering how you got here and if you can find your way back. Maybe it is a child who has walked away, breaking your heart with their choices, rejecting your values, cutting off communication. These relationship wounds are some of the most painful burdens you carry, because humans are created for connection, and when that connection is broken or damaged, something in you breaks too. Relationships are hard because you are all broken people trying to love each other with imperfect love, trying to meet each other's needs while you yourselves are needy, trying to give grace while you struggle to receive it, trying to forgive while you harbor your own unforgiven sins. But I specialize in restoration. I specialize in redemption. I specialize in making all things new, including relationships that seem beyond repair. Where there is division, I can bring unity. Where there is hurt, I can bring healing. Where there is distance, I can bring reconciliation. Not always in the timing you want or in the way you expect. Not always by making the other person change or apologize or come back. But I am at work in every relationship in your life. Some relationships I will restore, bringing reconciliation that you thought was impossible, softening hearts, opening doors for conversation, creating opportunities for healing and reunion. Some I will redefine, showing you new ways to relate, new boundaries that protect while still allowing connection, new understandings of what the relationship can be even if it cannot be what you once hoped. Some I will release you from, relationships that are toxic or unhealthy or have run their course, and I will give you peace about letting them go, closing that chapter and moving forward without carrying guilt or regret. But in every case, in every single relationship, I am working for your good and for my glory. So tonight, release those relationships into my hands. Take them out of your pocket where you have been carrying them, turning them over and over, trying to figure out how to fix them, how to make the other person understand, how to get back what was lost. Stop trying to control what others think, what others do, what others feel. You cannot change another person's heart. Only I can do that. You cannot make someone love you or forgive you or understand you. You cannot force reconciliation or manufacture healing. But you can control your own heart, your own responses, your own choices. You can choose forgiveness even when the other person does not deserve it, even when they have not asked for it, even when they may never apologize or acknowledge the hurt they caused. You can choose love even when it is not returned, deciding to wish them well, to pray for them, to release bitterness even if the relationship never heals. You can choose to bless even those who curse you, to speak well of those who speak ill of you, to do good to those who have done you harm. Not because it is easy, not because they deserve it, not because it feels good, but because it is what I have called you to do, and because it sets you free from the prison of bitterness and resentment, liberating you from the chains that bind you to your pain and to those who caused it. Another burden I want you to release tonight is the burden of health concerns. Whether you are dealing with chronic pain that never fully goes away, that aches through your days and keeps you awake at night, serious illness that has changed the trajectory of your life, mental health struggles that make even the simplest tasks feel overwhelming, or simply the wear and tear of aging, watching your body slow down and weaken in ways that frustrate and frighten you. I see your body's limitations, and I understand. I see every moment of pain, every limitation you face, every medication you take, every appointment you attend, every treatment you endure, every fear that grips you when symptoms appear or test results come back. I created you with a physical body that is subject to the brokenness of this fallen world. Sickness and pain are not my original design for you, not part of the perfect creation I first made, but they are a reality in this present age, consequences of sin's entrance into the world, affecting everyone in one way or another. Yet even in this, even in your sickness or pain or limitation, I am with you. I have not abandoned you to your suffering. I am the God who heals, and while I sometimes heal instantaneously and miraculously, dramatically intervening to cure disease or repair damage in ways that defy medical explanation, I more often heal gradually, working through doctors and medicine, giving wisdom to medical professionals, working through the treatments they prescribe, through rest and nutrition that help your body heal itself, through therapy and lifestyle changes that address underlying issues. I can heal you through any means I choose, and I am not limited by your circumstances, not limited by your diagnosis, not limited by what doctors say is possible or impossible. But I also want you to know something crucial. Your value to me is not dependent on your health or your abilities. You are not less precious to me when you are sick than when you are well. You are not less useful to me when you are weak than when you are strong. You are not less loved when you are broken than when you are whole. In fact, some of my greatest works are accomplished through people in their weakness, through people who have no strength of their own to rely on. Because when you are weak, you rely on me. And my power flows through you unhindered by self-reliance, unhindered by the illusion that you are doing it in your own strength. So if I have not yet healed you, if you are still waiting, if you are still suffering, know that I have a purpose in your present circumstance, a purpose you may not yet understand. And I am using it for your good, and for my glory in ways that may not be visible to you yet, but are nonetheless real and significant and eternal. I also see the burden of grief you carry, heavy and constant like a stone in your chest. Perhaps you have lost someone you love, and the pain of that loss still feels fresh, even though time has passed, even though others expect you to be over it by now, to have moved on, to be back to normal. But grief does not follow a timeline, and there is no normal to return to because loss changes you forever. Perhaps you are grieving the loss of a dream, a hope that died, a future you imagined that will never be, plans that fell apart, possibilities that closed. Perhaps you are grieving the loss of a relationship that ended, a marriage that failed, a friendship that dissolved, connection that was once life-giving but is now only a painful memory. Perhaps you are grieving a season of life that has ended, youth that has passed, children who have grown and left, abilities you once had but have lost, opportunities that will not come again. Perhaps you are grieving a version of yourself that you used to be, innocence that was stolen, confidence that was shattered, hope that was crushed. The person you were before trauma or illness or betrayal changed you. Grief is not weakness, my child. Grief is not lack of faith. Grief is not a character flaw that needs to be fixed. Grief is love with nowhere to go. Love that continues even when its object is gone. Love that honors what was lost by refusing to pretend it did not matter. It is the price you pay for having loved deeply, for having opened your heart, for having invested yourself in someone or something that mattered, and I honor your grief. I do not rush you through it. I do not minimize it. I do not tell you to get over it or move on. I created you with the capacity for deep emotion because I myself am emotional, because emotions are not weakness but strength, not a flaw but a feature, not something to be suppressed, but something to be expressed. I laughed with Sarah when she gave birth in her old age. I wept with Mary and Martha at Lazarus's tomb, even though I knew I was about to raise him from the dead. I felt compassion for the crowds who were like sheep without a shepherd. I experienced righteous anger in the temple when I saw people being exploited. Emotions are not sinful. They are human. They are part of bearing my image, part of what makes you like me. So do not be ashamed of your grief. Do not try to rush through it or stuff it down or pretend it doesn't exist. Do not let anyone tell you that you should be over it by now, that your grief is excessive or self-indulgent, that you need to be stronger. Bring it to me, all of it, the waves of sadness that overwhelm you, the anger at the unfairness, the guilt over things done or not done, the fear of forgetting, the emptiness that aches. Let me hold you while you cry. Let me comfort you with the comfort that only I can give, the comfort that comes not from explanations or platitudes, but from presence, from being with you in your pain. I understand loss more deeply than anyone. I watched my only son die on a cross, heard his cries of agony, felt the weight of separation when he cried out asking why I had forsaken him. I know the pain of grief, and I am with you in yours. The pain will not last forever, though I know right now it feels like it will. Joy comes in the morning, though the night may be very long. But for now, in the darkness of your grief, I am here, holding you, weeping with you, carrying you through each moment, each hour, each day. There is another burden that weighs on many of my children, and perhaps it weighs on you too, the burden of past mistakes. You remember things you have done wrong, choices you made that hurt yourself or others, opportunities you missed, words you spoke that you wish you could take back. Those memories play over and over in your mind, especially in the quiet moments, especially at night when you are trying to rest. You wonder if you can ever truly be forgiven, if you can ever move past what you have done, if you will always be defined by your worst moments. Let me speak truth to you now. I have forgiven you. Completely, fully, permanently. When my son died on the cross, he paid for every sin you have ever committed or ever will commit, every mistake, every failure, every moment of rebellion, every act of disobedience. All of it was nailed to the cross and buried in the grave, and when Jesus rose from the dead, he left your sins in that tomb. They have no power over you anymore. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by my love. You are not who you were. You are a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. I have removed your sins as far as the east is from the west. I remember them no more. The enemy may remind you of them, trying to fill you with shame and condemnation, but there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. So when those memories surface, remind yourself of the truth. I am forgiven. I am loved. I am free. I am a new creation in Christ. My child, I also want to address the burden of comparison that you carry. You look at others and see what they have accomplished, how they seem to have it all together, how they appear to be succeeding where you are failing. You compare your behind the scenes with their highlight reel, and you find yourself lacking. But comparison is a thief of joy, and it is also a lie. You are not seeing the full picture of their lives. You are not seeing their struggles, their doubts, their failures. You are only seeing what they choose to show, and even that is often filtered and curated. More importantly, you are running a different race than they are. I have given each person unique gifts, unique callings, unique circumstances. Your job is not to be them. Your job is to be you. I created you with specific abilities and placed you in specific circumstances for specific purposes that only you can fulfill. When you spend your energy trying to be someone else or wishing you had someone else's gifts or opportunities, you miss the beautiful life I have planned specifically for you. Stop comparing. Start celebrating. Celebrate who I made you to be. Celebrate the unique gifts I gave you. Celebrate the specific ways I am working in your life. And celebrate others too, without envy, because their success does not diminish yours, and their gifts do not negate yours. There is room for all of you to flourish in the unique ways I have designed. As you rest tonight, I want you to meditate on my faithfulness. Think about all the times I have provided for you. Remember the moments when you thought you could not go on, but I gave you strength. Recall the situations that seemed impossible, but I made a way. Reflect on the prayers I have answered, the doors I have opened, the blessings I have poured out. I have been faithful in the past, I am faithful in the present, and I will be faithful in the future. My faithfulness does not depend on your circumstances or your feelings. It depends on my character, which never changes. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The same God who parted the Red Sea for Moses will make a way for you. The same God who fed 5,000 with a few loaves and fish will provide for your needs. The same God who raised Jesus from the dead has the power to resurrect every dead situation in your life. Nothing is too hard for me. Nothing is impossible with me. No situation is beyond my ability to redeem. No relationship is beyond my ability to restore. No heart is beyond my ability to heal. No life is beyond my ability to transform. I know you are tired of fighting. I know you are weary from the battles you face. But let me remind you that the battle is not yours to fight. The battle belongs to me. Your job is not to fight. Your job is to stand firm in faith, to trust in my promises, to remain steadfast in your devotion to me. I am the warrior who fights for you. I am the defender who protects you. I am the shield that guards you from the enemy's attacks. You do not fight from a place of fear, striving to achieve victory. You fight from a place of rest, knowing that the victory is already won. Jesus defeated sin, death, and the enemy on the cross. The war is over. We won. Now you are simply enforcing that victory in your daily life, claiming the freedom and authority that are already yours as my child. When the enemy whispers lies, you counter with truth. When fear tries to grip your heart, you declare your faith. When circumstances look hopeless, you remember my promises. This is how you fight from a place of rest. Tonight, I want to replace your anxiety with my peace. My peace is not like the world's peace, which is dependent on circumstances. My peace transcends understanding. It makes no logical sense. It can exist in the middle of the storm, in the valley of the shadow of death, in the furnace of affliction. My peace is a gift, freely given, always available, waiting for you to receive it. You receive my peace by choosing to trust me rather than worry, by focusing on my promises rather than your problems, by remembering my faithfulness rather than your fears. Peace is not the absence of trouble. Peace is the presence of God in the middle of trouble. I am with you, and therefore you can be at peace. Nothing can separate you from my love. Nothing can snatch you from my hand. Nothing can derail my plans for you. I am sovereign over every detail of your life, working all things together for your good and for my glory. Let me speak to the specific worries that keep you awake at night. The situation at work that feels overwhelming, the relationship that feels broken beyond repair, the financial need that feels impossible to meet, the health diagnosis that feels like a death sentence, the future that feels uncertain and frightening. Bring each of these concerns to me now, one by one, and let me speak my truth over them. That situation at work, I am already there. I am working behind the scenes in ways you cannot see. I am opening doors that no one can shut. I am giving you favor with the right people at the right time. I am positioning you for promotion, not because you are perfect, but because you are faithful, because you are willing, because you are mine. That relationship that feels broken. I am the God of reconciliation. I specialize in impossible situations. I can soften the hardest heart. I can heal the deepest wound. I can bridge the widest gap. Trust me with this relationship. Pray for the person who hurt you. Forgive as I have forgiven you. Leave the results in my hands. That financial need, I own everything. I can provide through expected means or unexpected means. I can move hearts to bless you. I can create opportunities you never imagined. I can multiply what little you have. Trust me to provide. Do your part with wisdom and diligence and leave the results to me. That health diagnosis does not have the final word. I am the God who heals. I created your body with an amazing capacity to heal and restore itself. I can work through doctors and medicine. I can heal supernaturally. I can sustain you through long illness. I can bring good even out of suffering. Whatever the outcome, I will be with you, strengthening you, comforting you, holding you. You are not alone in this, that uncertain future you fear. It is not uncertain to me. I see the end from the beginning. I have already gone before you into every tomorrow. I am preparing the way. I am working out details you do not even know to pray about. I will guide you step by step. You do not need to see the whole staircase. You only need to take the next step in faith, and I will light your path one step at a time. My child, I want you to understand something profound about rest. True rest is not just physical, it is spiritual. It is the rest that comes from trusting me completely, from surrendering control, from accepting that you are not responsible for everything, from recognizing that I am God and you are not. So many of my children are exhausted because they are trying to carry responsibilities that belong to me. They are trying to control outcomes that are in my hands. They are trying to solve problems that only I can solve. They are trying to change people that only I can change. Tonight, I invite you into true rest by surrendering all of that to me. You are not responsible for making everything work out. You are not responsible for fixing everyone's problems. You are not responsible for controlling every outcome. You are only responsible for being obedient to what I tell you to do, for loving as I have loved you, for trusting me with the results. Everything else is my responsibility, and I am fully capable of handling it. So rest, my child. Rest in the knowledge that I am in control. Rest in the assurance of my love. Rest in the confidence of my faithfulness. Rest in the promise of my presence. I want to remind you of some promises I have made to you in my word. Promises that are yes and amen in Christ Jesus. Promises you can stand on when everything else is shaking. I have promised to never leave you or forsake you. I have promised that my grace is sufficient for you. I have promised that my strength is made perfect in your weakness. I have promised to work all things together for your good. I have promised to give you peace that surpasses understanding. I have promised to supply all your needs according to my riches in glory. I have promised that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I have promised to give you a future and a hope. I have promised to complete the good work I began in you. I have promised that nothing can separate you from my love. These are not empty words or wishful thinking. These are unbreakable promises from the God who cannot lie, the God who is faithful to all generations, the God whose word will accomplish the purpose for which it was sent. As you drift towards sleep, I want you to visualize yourself in my presence. You are not alone in your bed. I am here with you, surrounding you with my love, covering you with my peace, filling you with my presence. Imagine yourself as a small child, weary from a long day of playing, being carried in the strong arms of a loving father. That is how I see you. That is how I hold you. You are safe. You are secure. You are loved. Nothing can harm you when you are in my arms. The enemy cannot touch you. Fear cannot grip you. Worry cannot consume you. You are hidden in me, and I am your fortress, your refuge, your strong tower. Rest now, knowing that I am watching over you. I do not sleep or slumber. While you rest, I am working. I am orchestrating circumstances. I am moving hearts. I am preparing the way. I am fighting battles on your behalf. I am speaking to situations you know about, and situations you do not even know about yet. I am at work, and my work on your behalf never stops. Let my love sink deep into your heart tonight. Not just intellectual knowledge of my love, but experiential reality of my love. I love you with an everlasting love. I love you with a perfect love that casts out all fear. I love you with a sacrificial love that was willing to die for you. I love you with a persistent love that never gives up on you. I love you with a transforming love that is making you into the person I created you to be. You are my masterpiece, my treasured possession, my beloved child. Nothing you do can make me love you more, and nothing you do can make me love you less. You do not have to perform for my love. You do not have to earn my approval. You do not have to prove your worth. You are already loved, already approved, already worthy because I say you are, and my opinion is the only one that ultimately matters. I know you sometimes feel like you are not doing enough, like you should be further along in your spiritual journey, like you should pray more, read your Bible more, serve more, witness more, give more. But I am not keeping a scorecard. I am not measuring your performance. I am delighting in our relationship. Yes, I want you to grow. Yes, I want you to mature. Yes, I want you to become more like Jesus. But that growth happens through relationship with me, not through striving to meet religious requirements. Spend time with me because you want to, not because you have to. Talk to me throughout your day because you value our friendship, not because prayer is an obligation. Read my word because you are hungry to know me better, not because it is on your spiritual to-do list. Serve others because my love compels you, not because you are trying to earn my favor. When your service flows from relationship rather than obligation, from love rather than duty, it brings joy rather than weariness. I see you, my tired child, and I have compassion on you. I do not look at you with disappointment or frustration. I look at you with tender love and deep compassion. I know your frame. I remember that you are dust. I understand your limitations. I am not expecting superhuman strength from you. I am not demanding that you be more than human. I am inviting you to be honest about your humanity, to acknowledge your limitations, to accept your need for me. It is okay to be tired. It is okay to be weak. It is okay to need help. It is okay to not have all the answers. It is okay to be human. I did not create you to be self-sufficient. I created you to be dependent on me, to need me, to rely on me. Your weakness is not a problem to be solved. It is an opportunity for my strength to be displayed. So do not despise your weakness. Embrace it. Acknowledge it. Bring it to me. And watch as I show up in power in the midst of your limitations. Tonight, I want to heal the wounds that have made you so tired. Some of those wounds are visible, but many are invisible. They are wounds of the heart, wounds of the mind, wounds of the soul. They are wounds inflicted by words spoken carelessly, by rejection experienced painfully, by betrayal endured devastatingly, by loss grieved deeply. These wounds have drained your energy, sapped your strength, stolen your joy. But I am the healer of broken hearts. I bind up wounds. I restore what has been stolen. I rebuild what has been torn down. I make all things new. As you rest tonight, I am at work in the deepest parts of your being, healing wounds you may not even be consciously aware of, restoring areas of your soul that have been damaged, renewing your mind with truth, filling your heart with peace. This healing is a process, not an instant event, but I am committed to the process. I am patient with the process, and I will see it through to completion. Let me speak to your identity, because so much of your exhaustion comes from trying to be someone you were not created to be, from living up to an image that is not truly you, from wearing masks that are exhausting to maintain. Your true identity is not found in what you do, how much you accomplish, what others think of you, or how well you perform. Your true identity is found in me. You are my child. You are loved. You are chosen. You are forgiven. You are redeemed. You are free. You are a new creation. You are a saint, not a sinner. You are righteous in Christ. You are blessed. You are victorious. You are more than a conqueror. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. This is who you are, regardless of how you feel, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of your failures. Your identity is secure in me, unchanging, permanent, eternal. As sleep begins to overtake you, I want you to release one more thing, the burden of tomorrow. You have been lying awake, worrying about tomorrow, about what might happen, about what you need to do, about what could go wrong. But tomorrow has enough worries of its own. You do not need to borrow trouble from tomorrow. Today's grace is sufficient for today. Tomorrow's grace will be sufficient for tomorrow. I give you grace one day at a time, strength one day at a time, wisdom one day at a time. You do not have strength for tomorrow's problems today because you do not need it today. When tomorrow comes, I will give you everything you need for that day. So release your grip on tomorrow. Stop trying to figure out the future. Stop trying to plan for every possible scenario. Trust me with tomorrow just as you are trusting me with today. Each morning I will meet you with new mercies, fresh grace, renewed strength. You will never face a day without my presence, without my provision, without my power. My beloved, you are so much more than your tiredness. You are not defined by your exhaustion. You are not limited by your weariness. You are my child, created in my image, filled with my spirit, empowered by my grace, sustained by my love. The tiredness you feel is temporary. It will pass. But my love for you is eternal. The struggles you face are momentary. They are light and momentary compared to the eternal glory being prepared for you. The pain you endure is working in you an eternal weight of glory far beyond all comparison. So take heart, be encouraged, find hope. Not because your circumstances will immediately change, though they might. Not because all your problems will instantly disappear, though some might. But because I am with you, and that changes everything. My presence with you in the fire keeps you from being burned. My presence with you in the flood keeps you from drowning. My presence with you in the valley keeps you from being destroyed, and my presence with you in your weariness gives you rest. I want to speak to you about the specific areas where you are tired, my child, because I see each one, and I have a word for each burden you carry. You are tired in your body. The physical exhaustion you feel is real, and I acknowledge it. Your body has been working hard, pushing through pain perhaps, dealing with illness or chronic conditions, aging in ways that frustrate you, not performing the way it used to. I created your body as a temple, as a dwelling place for my spirit, and I care about its well-being. Rest is not laziness. Sleep is not weakness. Taking care of your physical body is not selfish. It is stewardship of the gift I have given you. So tonight, as you sleep, I am restoring your body. I am renewing your cells. I am healing damaged tissue. I am strengthening weak places. I am giving your body the rest it needs to function as I designed it. Trust me with your physical health. Do your part to care for your body, and trust me to do what only I can do. You are also tired in your mind. The mental exhaustion you experience is just as real as physical tiredness, perhaps even more draining. Your mind has been racing, overthinking, analyzing, problem-solving, worrying, planning, calculating, trying to figure everything out. You have been carrying mental burdens that were never meant to be carried alone. Thoughts swirl through your mind like a tornado, giving you no peace, no rest, no quiet. Tonight, I want to calm that storm in your mind. I want to replace chaotic thoughts with my peace. I want to give you my mind, the mind of Christ, which is characterized by peace, wisdom, discernment, and clarity. You do not have to figure everything out. You do not have to solve every problem tonight. You can let your mind rest, knowing that I am thinking about your situation, that I have solutions you have not yet considered, that I am working out details while you sleep. Mental rest comes from casting your cares on me, from choosing to think about things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy. As you meditate on my goodness, my faithfulness, my promises, your mind will find rest. You are tired emotionally as well. You have been feeling so much, processing so much, dealing with so much emotional pain and stress. Perhaps you have been the strong one for everyone else, the one everyone leans on, the one who listens to others' problems, the one who offers encouragement and support, but who supports you, who listens to you, who encourages you. I do, my child. I am here to carry your emotional burdens. I am here to validate your feelings, to acknowledge your pain, to understand your struggles. Your emotions are not a nuisance to me. They are not inconvenient or embarrassing. They are part of how I made you, and I care about what you feel. Bring your emotions to me, all of them. Bring your sadness, your anger, your frustration, your disappointment, your fear, your anxiety, your loneliness. Do not hide them or suppress them or pretend they do not exist. Let them surface in my presence, where they can be healed, where they can be transformed, where they can be replaced with my peace and joy. Emotional rest comes from being honest about what you feel and entrusting those feelings to me rather than letting them control you or consume you. You are tired spiritually too. Perhaps you have been trying so hard to be a good Christian, to do all the right things, to avoid all the wrong things, to pray enough, to read your Bible enough, to serve enough, to witness enough. And you are exhausted from all that striving, all that performing, all that trying to measure up to standards that seem impossible to meet. Let me tell you something that will set you free. I do not want your religious performance. I want your heart. I do not want your dutiful obligation. I want your joyful devotion. I do not want you to serve me out of fear or guilt. I want you to love me because you have experienced my love for you. Spiritual rest comes from understanding that your relationship with me is about grace, not works. It is about what I have done for you, not what you do for me. It is about receiving, not achieving. You do not have to earn my favor. You already have it. You do not have to strive for my acceptance. You are already accepted. You do not have to work for my blessing. You are already blessed with every spiritual blessing in the heavenly realms that comes from loneliness, from feeling misunderstood, from feeling like no one really knows you or gets you. You are surrounded by people, perhaps, but you still feel alone. You have relationships, but they feel superficial. You long for deep connection, for someone who truly knows you and loves you anyway, for someone you can be completely yourself with without fear of judgment or rejection. I am that someone, my child. I know you completely. I know every thought you have ever had, every word you have ever spoken, every action you have ever taken. I know your motivations, your insecurities, your fears, your dreams. I know the real you, not just the version you present to the world. And knowing all of that, I love you completely. There is nothing you can tell me that will shock me. There is nothing you can confess that will make me love you less. I invite you into authentic relationship with me. Relationship where you can be completely honest, completely vulnerable, completely yourself. And as you experience that kind of relationship with me, I will also bring people into your life who can offer you genuine human connection, friendship that goes beyond surface level, community where you can be known and loved. You are tired from carrying shame, my beloved. Shame about who you are, shame about what you have done, shame about what has been done to you, shame about your body, your background, your past, your struggles, your weaknesses. Shame is different from guilt. Guilt says I did something wrong. Shame says I am something wrong. Guilt can lead to repentance and change. Shame leads only to hiding, to self-hatred, to despair. I want to free you from shame tonight. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are not your struggles. You are not defined by what you have done or what has been done to you. You are defined by what I say about you, and I say you are loved, you are valuable, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are mine. There is no shame in Christ Jesus. I have covered you with robes of righteousness. I have washed you clean. I have made you new. So lift your head, my child. You do not have to hide anymore. You do not have to live under the weight of shame. You are free. The tiredness you feel also comes from unforgiveness, both unforgiveness toward others who have hurt you and unforgiveness toward yourself for your own failures. Bitterness is exhausting. Resentment drains your energy. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only hurts you. I am not asking you to forgive because the people who hurt you deserve forgiveness. I am asking you to forgive because you deserve freedom. Forgiveness does not mean what they did was okay. It does not mean you have to trust them or allow them back into your life. It simply means you are releasing them to me. You are letting go of your right to revenge. You are choosing to trust me to be the judge rather than taking justice into your own hands. And you also need to forgive yourself. You are so hard on yourself, so critical, so unforgiving of your own mistakes. But I have forgiven you, so who are you to refuse to forgive yourself? Who are you to hold yourself to a higher standard than I hold you to? Let go of the mistakes. Learn from them, but do not dwell on them. Let go of the regrets. You cannot change the past, but you can trust me to redeem it. Forgive yourself the way I have forgiven you, fully and freely. I want to speak rest over your finances. I know money troubles are weighing heavily on you. The bills, the debt, the unexpected expenses, the feeling of never having enough, the stress of trying to make ends meet, the fear of the future. Money can become an idol, something you trust in more than you trust in me, or it can become a source of constant anxiety and stress. Neither extreme is healthy. I want you to have a right relationship with money, seeing it as a tool I have given you to use for my purposes, but not the source of your security or identity. I am your provider, not money. I own everything, and I can provide for you in ways that have nothing to do with your bank account balance. So release your financial worries to me. Do your part to be wise with money, to steward it well, to live within your means, to be generous. And trust me to do my part, which is to provide for your needs, to open doors of opportunity, to give you ideas and strategies, to move hearts to bless you. I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, and I will not fail you. Your tiredness also comes from the constant pressure to make decisions, to know what to do, to choose the right path. Every day you face countless decisions, some small and some large, and the weight of making those decisions correctly exhausts you. What if you choose wrong? What if you miss my will? What if you make a mistake that ruins everything? Let me ease that burden. First, I am not a god who hides his will from you like some cosmic game of hide and seek. I want you to know my will even more than you want to know it. I promise to guide you, to direct your steps, to make your path clear. Second, I am big enough to work with your imperfect decisions. Even if you make a wrong choice, I can redeem it. I can use it. I can work it into my larger plan. You cannot mess up my will for your life by making one wrong decision. I am too sovereign, too powerful, too creative for that. Third, in most decisions, there is not one single right choice, and every other choice is wrong. There is often a range of good options, and I give you the freedom to choose, trusting you to use the wisdom I have given you. So stop agonizing over every decision. Stop being paralyzed by fear of making the wrong choice. Seek my wisdom, yes. Pray about important decisions, yes. But then make a choice and trust me to guide you, to redirect you if needed, to work through whatever you decide. Let me address the tiredness that comes from comparison and competition. You are tired of trying to keep up, trying to measure up, trying to prove that you are as good as others, as successful as others, as talented as others. Social media has made this worse, giving you a constant stream of other people's highlight reels to compare yourself to. But you are running a race designed specifically for you, and the only person you need to keep pace with is me. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Do not compare your weakness to someone else's strength. Do not compare your behind the scenes to someone else's public image. You are unique, wonderfully made, specifically designed for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Your gifts are different from others' gifts because you are meant to fill a different role. Your timeline is different from others' timelines because I am writing a different story with your life. Your calling is different because I have a different mission for you. So stop comparing. Stop competing. Start cooperating with what I am doing in your life. Start celebrating the unique way I have made you. Start running your own race with joy, not someone else's race with envy. I also want to speak to the tiredness that comes from trying to please everyone. You have been twisting yourself into knots trying to make everyone happy, trying to meet everyone's expectations, trying to avoid anyone's disapproval or disappointment. But you cannot please everyone, my child. It is impossible. What pleases one person will displease another. What one person sees as a strength, another will see as a weakness. What one person appreciates, another will criticize. If you live your life trying to please everyone, you will end up pleasing no one, least of all yourself, and you will exhaust yourself in the process. There is only one opinion that ultimately matters, and that is mine. So stop being a people pleaser and start being a God pleaser. Stop living for the approval of others and start living for my glory. When you know you are living in obedience to me, when you know you are walking in my will, you can have peace even when others disapprove, even when others criticize, even when others are disappointed in you. Their opinion does not define you. My opinion defines you, and my opinion of you is unchanging and overwhelmingly positive. The tiredness you feel also stems from unmet expectations, from disappointment that life has not turned out the way you hoped or planned. You had dreams that did not come true. You had plans that fell apart. You had prayers that were not answered the way you wanted. And now you are left with the exhaustion of disappointment, the weariness of unmet longing. I understand this pain, my child. I know what it is like to have hopes that are not fulfilled. I know what it is like to offer love that is rejected. I know what it is like to grieve over what could have been. Bring your disappointment to me. Do not try to spiritualize it or pretend it does not exist. Be honest about the pain. Grieve the loss of what you hoped for, but then let me give you new hope, new dreams, new vision. What you lost may have been good, but I have something even better planned. The closed door that disappointed you was protecting you from something or redirecting you toward something. The unanswered prayer was not rejection, but wisdom, not neglect, but love, not abandonment, but perfect timing. Trust me with your disappointments. Trust me with your unmet expectations. I am still writing your story, and the best chapters are yet to come. I see that you are tired of pretending, of wearing masks, of trying to appear like you have it all together when inside you are falling apart. The exhaustion of maintaining an image, of hiding your struggles, of presenting a false front to the world is immense. You fear that if people really knew you, really saw you, they would reject you. So you hide behind a carefully constructed facade, and it is draining the life out of you. But I am inviting you into authenticity, into the freedom of being real, of being honest, of being yourself. You do not have to pretend with me. You do not have to have it all together. You can come to me in your mess, in your brokenness, in your confusion, in your doubt, in your weakness. And as you practice being real with me, I will give you the courage to be more real with others, to let down your guard, to share your struggles, to ask for help. Authenticity creates connection. Vulnerability builds community. When you stop pretending and start being real, you will find that others are drawn to you, that they feel permission to be real too, that genuine relationships develop. Let me speak rest over your parenting, if you are a parent. The pressure to be a perfect parent, to raise perfect children, to never make mistakes, is crushing. You are exhausted from the responsibility, from the constant vigilance, from the worry about whether you are doing it right, from the fear that you are messing up your children. But perfect parenting does not exist, and perfect parents do not exist. You will make mistakes. You will have bad days. You will lose your patience. You will say things you regret. And your children will not turn out perfectly, because perfection is not the goal. The goal is relationship, is love, is doing your best and trusting me with the results. Your children are not ultimately your responsibility. They are mine. I love them even more than you do. I have a plan for their lives, and I am working in them even through your imperfect parenting. So release the pressure, release the guilt, release the fear, do your best, love them well, point them to me. And trust that I am big enough to work through your weaknesses, to use even your mistakes for their good. If you are single, I see the tiredness that comes from loneliness, from longing for a partner, from wondering if you will ever find love, from feeling incomplete or like something is missing. The world tells you that you need a romantic relationship to be whole, to be happy, to be successful. But that is a lie. You are complete in me. You are fully loved. You lack nothing that you need. Marriage is a gift, but it is not a requirement for a full life. Singleness is also a gift, and I can use you powerfully in this season. So instead of fixating on what you do not have, embrace what you do have. Embrace the freedom, the flexibility, the opportunity to serve me with undivided devotion. Embrace the time to develop yourself, to pursue your passions, to build deep friendships. Trust me with your desire for marriage. I know the longing of your heart, and if marriage is in my plan for you, I will bring the right person at the right time. And if singleness is my plan for you, I will give you everything you need to live a rich, full, meaningful life. If you are married, I see the tiredness that comes from the work of maintaining a relationship, from navigating conflict, from feeling misunderstood by your spouse, from disappointment that marriage is not what you thought it would be. Marriage is hard because it brings together two broken people and asks them to love each other perfectly with imperfect love. But marriage is also a beautiful picture of my relationship with my church, and I can redeem even the hardest marriage. Bring your marriage struggles to me. Pray for your spouse. Choose to love even when you do not feel like it. Choose to forgive even when it is hard. Choose to serve even when you feel you have given enough. As you do these things, as you love your spouse the way I love you, I will work in your marriage, bringing healing, restoring intimacy, deepening connection. And even if your spouse does not change, you will change, and that will transform your experience of marriage. I want to address the tiredness that comes from caring for aging parents or sick loved ones. The physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual exhaustion of being a caregiver is overwhelming. You are tired from the sleepless nights, the constant worry, the never-ending tasks, the weight of responsibility, the grief of watching someone you love suffer or decline. This is one of the hardest roads you will ever walk, and I see every moment of it. I see your sacrifice. I see your love. I see your exhaustion, and I am with you in it. I am giving you strength beyond your own. I am providing help in unexpected ways. I am holding your loved one in the palm of my hand. Give yourself permission to ask for help, to take breaks, to set boundaries, to care for yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Caring for yourself is not selfish when you are a caregiver. It is necessary, and know that this season will not last forever. There will be an end, whether through recovery or through death, and I will walk with you through whatever that end looks like and into whatever comes next. The exhaustion you feel may also come from chronic illness or pain. You are tired of being tired, tired of hurting, tired of limitations, tired of your body not working the way it should. You have prayed for healing, and I have not healed you in the way or timing you hoped for. You wonder why, and you wonder if I even care. I do care, my child. I care deeply about your suffering. I am not distant or detached from your pain. I am with you in it. I have a purpose in your suffering that you may not understand yet, but I promise you it is not pointless. I am using it to develop character in you, to deepen your faith, to increase your compassion for others who suffer, to make you more dependent on me, to show my power through your weakness. This does not make the pain easier, but it gives it meaning. And I promise you that this present suffering is not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in you. One day I will give you a new body, free from pain, free from limitation, free from sickness. Until then, I give you grace sufficient for each day, strength sufficient for each moment, presence sufficient for each struggle. Let me speak to those of you who are tired from trauma, from past experiences that have left deep wounds, from abuse or betrayal or tragedy that has shattered your sense of safety and trust. The exhaustion of living with PTSD, anxiety, depression, or other mental health struggles resulting from trauma is profound. You are tired of being triggered, of having flashbacks, of being unable to trust, of feeling unsafe even when you are safe. I see you, and my heart breaks for what you have endured. What was done to you was wrong. It should not have happened. I did not cause it, though I allowed human free will which made it possible. But I promise you that I can bring redemption even out of the worst trauma. I can heal what seems unhealable. I can restore what seems permanently broken. The healing journey is long, and it requires patience and professional help and support from others and time. But I am with you in that journey. I am the ultimate healer, and nothing is beyond my ability to restore. Do not lose hope. Do not give up. Keep taking one step at a time toward healing, and I will meet you in each step. I also see those of you who are tired from addiction, from fighting battles with substances or behaviors that have a grip on you. You are exhausted from the cycle of trying to quit and failing, of promising yourself this is the last time and then doing it again, of hating yourself for your inability to stop, of hiding your struggle from others. I want you to know that addiction is not a sign of weak character or lack of faith. It is a complex issue involving brain chemistry, past trauma, unhealthy coping mechanisms, and spiritual warfare. You cannot overcome it by willpower alone. You need my power and you need help from others. Stop hiding. Stop trying to fight this battle alone. Reach out for help. Find a support group. Talk to a counselor or therapist. Be honest with trusted friends. And know that I do not condemn you for your addiction. I have compassion on you. I want to set you free, and I will walk with you every step of the journey toward freedom. It will not be easy. It will not be quick. There will be setbacks. But freedom is possible, and I am committed to your freedom. For those of you exhausted from workplace stress, from demanding jobs, from toxic work environments, from feeling undervalued or overworked, I see you too. You spend the majority of your waking hours at work, and if that environment is unhealthy, it affects every area of your life. I care about your work life. I care about the injustice you face, the unreasonable demands, the lack of appreciation. I am your advocate. I am your defender. I will fight for you. But I also want you to remember that your job is not your identity. Your career is not your worth. You are valuable because you are mine, regardless of your job title or salary or professional success. Do your work as unto me, with excellence and integrity, but do not let it consume you. Set boundaries, protect your time and energy, and if your current work situation is truly toxic and unchangeable, be open to my leading you somewhere else. I can open new doors. I can provide new opportunities. Trust me with your career. I want to speak rest over your mind specifically, because mental exhaustion is so draining and yet often invisible to others. You appear fine on the outside, but inside your mind is a war zone. Anxious thoughts race, depressive thoughts spiral, intrusive thoughts torment, obsessive thoughts loop endlessly. This mental torment is exhausting, and it often comes with shame because you feel like you should be able to control your thoughts. You should be able to think more positively. You should have more faith. But mental health struggles are not a faith issue. They are a health issue, and they require treatment just like any physical illness. There is no shame in taking medication for mental illness. There is no shame in seeing a therapist. There is no shame in struggling with your mental health. I created your brain, and I understand how complex it is. I also understand how the fall has affected every part of you, including your brain chemistry. So seek help without shame. Take care of your mental health with the same diligence you would take care of a broken leg. And know that I am with you in the struggle. I am renewing your mind. I am healing broken thought patterns. I am replacing lies with truth. This is a process, and it takes time, but I am committed to your wholeness. Rest now, my beloved child. Let your breathing slow. Let your body relax. Let your mind quiet. Let your spirit be still. Feel the tension leaving your body, starting from your head and moving down to your toes. Release the tightness in your jaw, the furrow in your brow, the knots in your shoulders, the weight in your chest. Let it all go. You are safe. You are loved. You are mine. I am holding you. I am watching over you. I am speaking peace to your storm, rest to your weariness, healing to your brokenness, hope to your despair. As you settle into rest tonight, I want to remind you of specific truths that will anchor your soul. Truth number 1, you are never alone. Even in your darkest moments, even in your most painful struggles, even when every friend has abandoned you and every door has closed, I am with you. My presence is not dependent on your circumstances or your feelings. I am Emmanuel, God with you, and that name is a promise that cannot be broken. I was with you when you were born, and I will be with you when you die. I am with you in joy and in sorrow, in success and in failure, in health and in sickness, in wealth and in poverty. There is nowhere you can go that I am not already there, no situation you can face that I have not already entered into with you. Truth number 2, your best days are still ahead of you. I know it does not feel that way right now. I know you are tired and discouraged and wondering if things will ever get better. But I see the future I have planned for you, and it is good. It is filled with hope and purpose and joy and love. The dreams that have died will be resurrected or replaced with better dreams. The relationships that have broken will be restored or replaced with healthier relationships. The opportunities you have missed will be replaced with new opportunities perfectly suited to who you are becoming. The losses you have endured will give way to gains you never expected. I am not done with you. I am not done with your story. The best chapters are yet to be written, and I am the author, so you can trust that they will be beautiful. Truth number 3, nothing is wasted. Not one tear you have cried, not one prayer you have prayed, not one moment of pain you have endured, not one mistake you have made. I am a master at taking what seems useless or broken and transforming it into something beautiful and purposeful. I will use your pain to help others who are hurting. I will use your mistakes to teach you wisdom you could not have learned any other way. I will use your losses to develop character and depth and compassion in you. I will use your waiting periods to prepare you for what is coming. I will use your wilderness seasons to strip away everything that is not truly important and to show you that I alone am enough. Nothing in your life is meaningless. Everything has purpose, even if you cannot see it yet. Truth number 4, you are stronger than you think you are. Not because of your own strength, but because my strength lives in you. You have already survived 100% of your worst days. You have already made it through challenges you thought would destroy you. You have already overcome obstacles you thought were impossible. And you did not do it in your own power. You did it in mine. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. The same Spirit that empowered the early church to turn the world upside down dwells in you. The same grace that has carried you this far will carry you through whatever comes next. You are not weak. You are not a failure. You are not defeated. You are a warrior, and though you are battle-weary tonight, you are not beaten. Rest now, and when you wake, you will find new strength for the battles ahead. Truth number 5. You are making more of a difference than you realize. You feel insignificant, like your life does not matter, like you are not accomplishing anything of value. But that is a lie from the enemy. Every act of kindness matters. Every word of encouragement matters. Every prayer you pray matters. Every time you choose love over hate, forgiveness over bitterness, hope over despair, you are pushing back darkness and bringing light into the world. You are influencing people in ways you will never know in this life. You are leaving a legacy that will outlive you. Your life has meaning, your presence has impact, your existence has value. Never doubt that. Let me remind you again of my promises, my precious one, because you need to hear them over and over until they sink deep into your heart and become louder than the lies. I promise that I will never leave you or forsake you. This means that no matter what happens, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, I will be with you. I promise that all things work together for good for those who love me. This means that even the bad things, even the painful things, even the things that seem like disasters, I will somehow, some way, work into my good plan for your life. I promise that my grace is sufficient for you. This means that you will never face anything that my grace cannot cover, cannot heal, cannot redeem. I promise that my strength is made perfect in weakness. This means that your limitations are not a problem for me, but an opportunity to display my power. I promise that I will supply all your needs. This means that you will never lack anything you truly need, though you may not always get everything you want. I promise that nothing can separate you from my love. This means that your sin cannot disqualify you, your doubts cannot distance you, your failures cannot forfeit my affection for you. As the night deepens around you and sleep draws nearer, I want you to visualize yourself in a place of complete safety and peace. Perhaps it is a beautiful garden, sunlight filtering through trees, a gentle breeze carrying the scent of flowers, the sound of a brook bubbling nearby. Or perhaps it is a cozy room with a fireplace, warm and comfortable, protected from the storm outside. Or perhaps it is a beach at sunset, the waves rhythmically washing onto shore, the sky painted in brilliant colors. Wherever this place is for you, know that I am there with you. You can rest there. You can be still there. You can let your guard down there. This place exists not just in your imagination, but in spiritual reality. It is the secret place of the Most High, the shelter of my presence, and you can dwell there any time you choose. When anxiety rises, go there in your mind and spirit. When fear grips you, retreat there. When exhaustion overwhelms you, rest there. It is always available to you because I am always available to you. I want to speak specifically to your heart about hope because tiredness often robs you of hope. When you are exhausted, everything looks bleak. Problems seem insurmountable. Change seems impossible. The future seems hopeless, but hope is not based on circumstances. Hope is based on me, and I do not change. I am your hope, and as long as I exist, hope exists. Where there is breath, there is hope. Where there is life, there is possibility. Where there is me, there is always a way forward. So even if you cannot see a solution, trust that I am working on one. Even if you cannot imagine how things could get better, trust that I can imagine possibilities beyond your wildest dreams. Even if you feel like giving up, hold on just one more day, just one more hour, just one more moment, because breakthrough could be just around the corner. I am the God of the 11th hour, the God of last-minute miracles, the God who specializes in impossible situations. Never lose hope, my child. Hope is not wishful thinking. Hope is confident expectation, based on who I am and what I have promised. I see that some of you are dealing with spiritual warfare, with attacks from the enemy that leave you exhausted and discouraged. You feel oppressed, harassed, tormented. Thoughts of doubt and despair bombard your mind. Temptation pulls at you relentlessly. You feel like you are under constant attack and you are tired of fighting. I want you to know that the enemy is real and his attacks are real, but he is a defeated foe. Jesus disarmed him at the cross, stripping him of his power and authority. He can only operate within the limits I allow, and I never allow more than you can bear. He is a liar, and his primary weapons are deception and accusation. He lies to you about me, about yourself, about your situation. He accuses you, trying to make you believe you are rejected, condemned, worthless. But you have authority over him in my name. You can resist him, and he must flee. You can take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. You can put on the full armor of God and stand firm. So when you feel attacked, remember who you are in me. Remember that you are seated with Christ in heavenly places, far above all demonic powers. Remember that greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. Declare the truth of my word out loud. Worship me even when you do not feel like it. Pray, covering yourself in my blood. The enemy cannot stand against a child of God who knows their identity and authority in Christ. Let me also address those of you who are tired from ministry, from serving others, from giving and giving until you have nothing left to give. You have been faithfully serving me, pouring yourself out for others, meeting needs, solving problems, carrying burdens. And now you are exhausted, perhaps even experiencing compassion fatigue or burnout. You love me and you love people, but you are running on empty. I see you, and I honor your service. But I never intended for you to serve from a place of depletion. I intended for you to serve from a place of overflow, from the abundance of what you receive from me. You cannot give what you do not have. So I am inviting you to pull back, to rest, to let me fill you up again. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. It is essential. Even Jesus withdrew from the crowds to spend time alone with the Father. Even Jesus rested. Even Jesus set boundaries. Follow his example. Give yourself permission to say no sometimes. Give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Give yourself permission to let others carry some of the load. And when you do serve, serve from a place of joy and overflow, not obligation and depletion. I want to remind you of my specific provision for you. I know what you need before you even ask, and I have already made provision for every need. Sometimes my provision comes in expected ways, through your job, through savings, through resources you already have. But sometimes it comes in unexpected ways, through gifts from others, through opportunities you never saw coming, through ideas and creativity I give you, through supernatural multiplication of what you have. I can make a way where there seems to be no way. I can provide manna in the wilderness. I can make water flow from a rock. I can multiply loaves and fish. I can send ravens to bring provision. I am creative and unlimited in how I provide. So do not limit me by only looking for provision in conventional ways. Be open to the unexpected. Be attentive to the opportunities I bring. Be willing to step out in faith when I prompt you. And always remember that my provision is not just financial or material. I provide peace, joy, hope, strength, wisdom, comfort, guidance, protection, and most importantly, I provide myself. I am what you need most, and you have me always and completely. As sleep overtakes you, let me sing over you. Yes, I sing over you with joy. I rejoice over you with gladness. I quiet you with my love. Picture me holding you as a parent holds a sleeping child, looking down at you with eyes full of love, singing a lullaby of peace and blessing and hope over you. My song is not loud or overwhelming. It is gentle, soothing, filled with tenderness. It speaks of my delight in you, my plans for you, my dreams for you. It reminds you that you are cherished, that you are precious, that you are irreplaceable. No one can take your place in my heart. No one can fulfill the purpose I created you for. You are one of a kind, uniquely valuable, infinitely loved. Rest in the security of that love tonight. Let it be the pillow on which your head rests, the blanket that covers you, the lullaby that carries you into sleep. Tomorrow is a new day, my child, and with it comes new mercies, new grace, new strength, new opportunities. But you do not need to think about tomorrow right now. Right now, you only need to rest. Right now, you only need to receive. Right now, you only need to let go and trust that I am holding everything together while you sleep. The world will not fall apart if you stop striving for one night. Your problems will still be there in the morning, but so will I, and so will fresh grace to face them. For now, simply be. Be still. Be at peace. Be my beloved child, resting in the arms of your Father who will never let you go. Sleep now, my precious one. Sleep deeply. Sleep peacefully. Sleep knowing that you are safe, you are loved, and you are mine. And as you rest, I want to continue speaking words of life over you, words of hope, words of healing. I want to flood your mind with truth that will sink deep into your subconscious as you sleep, renewing your mind, transforming your thinking, healing wounded places you may not even be consciously aware of. My word does not return to me empty. It accomplishes the purpose for which I send it. And tonight I am sending my word into the deepest places of your being, to bring light into darkness, order into chaos, peace into turmoil, life into death. You are my beloved child, and I am so proud of you. Not because you are perfect, but because you keep showing up, keep trying, keep trusting even when it is hard. I see your faithfulness in the small things, the daily choices to love when it would be easier to be bitter, to hope when it would be easier to despair, to trust when it would be easier to give up. These choices may seem insignificant to you, but they are beautiful to me. They are acts of worship, declarations of faith, testimonies of your love for me. Every time you choose me, you bless my heart. Every time you turn to me in your weakness, you demonstrate wisdom. Every time you trust me with your uncertainties, you show great faith. I want you to know that I am working even when you cannot see it, even when you cannot feel it, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Just as a seed grows underground before it breaks through the soil, just as a baby develops in the womb before birth, just as dawn comes gradually before the sun appears. I am working in ways that are invisible to you right now, but will become evident in time. Do not be discouraged by the hiddenness of my work. Do not mistake invisibility for inactivity. I am always at work, orchestrating circumstances, preparing people, opening doors, closing doors, moving pieces into place, setting the stage for breakthrough. Your breakthrough may be closer than you think. The answer you have been waiting for may be just around the corner. The change you have been praying for may be in process right now. So do not give up. Do not lose heart. Do not stop believing. Continue to trust me, continue to hope, continue to pray, continue to stand firm in faith. Your faithfulness will be rewarded. I also want to speak to the wounds that others cannot see, the invisible scars you carry from past hurts. Words that were spoken that cut deep. Actions that were taken that betrayed trust. Love that was withheld when you needed it most. Rejection that confirmed your worst fears about yourself. These wounds may be old, but they still hurt. They still affect how you see yourself, how you relate to others, how you respond to life. Tonight, I am bringing my healing balm to those wounds. I am speaking truth over the lies that were embedded in those painful experiences. Where someone said you are worthless, I say you are priceless. Where someone said you are unlovable, I say you are deeply loved. Where someone said you are a failure, I say you are my masterpiece. Where someone said you will never amount to anything, I say you are destined for greatness. Let my truth replace the lies. Let my love heal the hurt. Let my acceptance cover the rejection. My precious child, I want you to understand something profound about your identity in me. You are not just forgiven, you are righteous. You are not just saved from sin, you are saved for purpose. You are not just a sinner saved by grace. You are a saint, a holy one, set apart for me. This is not just positional truth. This is actual truth. When I look at you, I do not see your sin. I see the righteousness of Christ covering you. When I think of you, I do not remember your failures. I see your destiny. When I speak of you, I do not list your shortcomings. I declare your potential. You need to start seeing yourself the way I see you. Stop identifying with your past. Stop defining yourself by your struggles. Stop limiting yourself by your failures. You are a new creation. The old has passed away. The new has come. You are who I say you are, and I say you are loved, chosen, forgiven, redeemed, righteous, blessed, victorious, more than a conqueror. As sleep continues to embrace you, I want to remind you of the specific ways I have been faithful to you throughout your life. Think back to the times when provision came just when you needed it. Remember the moments when I gave you strength you did not think you had. Recall the situations when I made a way where there seemed to be no way. Reflect on the relationships I brought into your life at just the right time. Consider the doors I opened that you thought were permanently closed. Think about the dangers I protected you from, many of which you were not even aware of. Remember the prayers I answered, even if the answer was different from what you expected. These are not coincidences. These are evidences of my faithfulness, my provision, my protection, my love. And if I was faithful then, I will be faithful now. If I provided then, I will provide now. If I protected then, I will protect now. If I answered then, I will answer now. My faithfulness is not based on circumstances. It is based on my character, and I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I want to speak life over your future. I know you are worried about what is coming, anxious about uncertainties, fearful about possibilities, but your future is secure in me. I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. The dreams I have placed in your heart are not random. They are clues to your calling, hints of your purpose, previews of your destiny. The desires you have for good things, for meaningful work, for loving relationships, for purpose and impact, these desires were placed there by me because they align with what I have planned for you. So do not give up on your dreams. Do not dismiss your desires. Bring them to me, align them with my will, and watch as I bring them to pass in ways better than you could have imagined. The battles you are facing are not punishments. They are not signs that you have done something wrong or that I am displeased with you. They are opportunities for you to see my power, to experience my faithfulness, to develop spiritual muscles, to learn to fight from a place of victory rather than for victory. Every giant you face is an opportunity to see a miracle. Every obstacle in your path is a chance to witness my ability to make a way. Every impossibility is a setup for me to do what only I can do. So do not be discouraged by the size of your giants. I am bigger. Do not be intimidated by the height of your mountains. I can move them. Do not be overwhelmed by the depth of your valleys. I will walk through them with you. You are not in this alone, and you will not be defeated. I want to address the tiredness that comes from grief and loss. Some of you have lost people you love, and the pain of that loss feels unbearable. You wonder if you will ever feel whole again, if the aching void will ever be filled, if joy will ever return. I am close to the broken-hearted, my child. I am near to those who are crushed in spirit. Your tears are precious to me. I collect them in a bottle. I do not minimize your pain or rush your grieving. Take the time you need to grieve. Honor the person you lost by allowing yourself to feel the depth of your love for them. But also know that grief will not have the final word. Joy will come again. Not the same as before, because loss changes you, but a deeper joy, a more resilient joy, a joy that has been tested and proven. And for those you have lost who knew me, this separation is only temporary. You will see them again in a place where there is no more death, no more sorrow, no more pain. For those dealing with betrayal, with broken trust, with relationships that have been shattered by deception or unfaithfulness, I see your pain, and I understand it more than you know. I too have been betrayed by those I loved, by those I called friends, by those who claimed to follow me. The pain of betrayal is unique because it comes from those we trusted, from those we let close to our hearts. It leaves you questioning everything, doubting your judgment, afraid to trust again. But I do not want you to let betrayal make you bitter or closed off. Yes, be wise. Yes, set boundaries. Yes, discern who is trustworthy. But do not let betrayal steal your capacity to trust, to love, to open your heart. I will heal this wound. I will restore your ability to trust. I will bring trustworthy people into your life. And I will work this painful experience for your good, using it to develop discernment, to deepen your compassion, to increase your dependence on me. Let me speak to those of you struggling with addiction, with habits and patterns you want to break but cannot seem to overcome. You have tried to stop. You have promised yourself, this is the last time. You have prayed for deliverance, and yet you keep falling back into the same cycle, and you are exhausted from the struggle, ashamed of your weakness, discouraged by your failures. I want you to know that I am not angry with you. I am not disappointed in you. I understand the complexity of addiction, how it hijacks your brain, how it becomes a coping mechanism for pain, how it promises relief but delivers bondage. Freedom is possible, my child, but it requires more than willpower. It requires my power, professional help, community support, and addressing the underlying pain that the addiction is medicating. Do not fight this battle alone. Reach out for help. Be honest about your struggle. Let others walk with you toward freedom. And know that every time you fall, I am there to lift you up, to dust you off, to encourage you to try again. You are not defined by your addiction. You are defined by my love for you, and that love will never give up on you. I want to speak hope over those of you dealing with mental illness, with depression that makes getting out of bed feel impossible, with anxiety that makes everyday activities feel overwhelming, with bipolar disorder that makes your moods feel out of control, with OCD that traps you in exhausting rituals, with any mental health struggle that makes you feel broken or defective. Mental illness is not a spiritual failing. It is a health issue that requires treatment, just like diabetes or cancer. I created your brain with all its complexity, and I understand how chemical imbalances and neurological issues can affect your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Seek help without shame. Take medication without guilt. Go to therapy without embarrassment. And know that I am with you in the struggle, bringing healing in my timing, giving you strength for each day, surrounding you with people who understand and support you. For those carrying the burden of caring for loved ones with chronic illness or disability, I see your exhaustion and I honor your sacrifice. The daily tasks, the emotional weight, the physical demands, the financial strain, the limitations on your own life, the grief over what has been lost and what will never be. Caregiving is one of the hardest callings and often one of the most unrecognized and unappreciated. But I see you. I see every diaper you change, every medication you administer, every appointment you drive to, every moment of patience when you feel like you have none left. I see the love that motivates you, and I am pleased. Take care of yourself in the midst of caregiving. Ask for and accept help. Set boundaries that protect your own health and sanity. And remember that you are not alone in this. I am your helper, your strength, your portion. I will give you what you need for each day. My child, I want you to understand that rest is not just a nice idea. It is a commandment. I rested on the seventh day, not because I was tired, but to set a pattern for you. I built a rhythm of work and rest into the fabric of creation because I knew you would need it. You are not a machine designed to run continuously. You are a human being who needs regular rest to function as I designed. So give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Sleep is not laziness. Saying no to some activities is not shirking responsibility. Taking a day off is not being unproductive. These are all forms of obedience to my design for you, and they will actually make you more effective in the long run, not less. Hustle culture that glorifies constant busyness and never stopping is not from me. It is a lie that will eventually destroy you. So reject that lie and embrace the rhythm of rest I have ordained. As you continue to rest, let me remind you of my presence with you. I am not far away. I am not distant or detached. I am as close as your next breath. I dwell within you if you have accepted Christ. My spirit lives in you, guiding you, comforting you, strengthening you, transforming you. You are not just trying to follow rules or live up to standards. You are living in relationship with me, in constant connection, in ongoing conversation. You can talk to me anytime, anywhere, about anything. I am always available, always listening, always caring. This relationship is what will sustain you, what will empower you, what will fulfill you. Not religious activity, but intimate relationship. So cultivate that relationship. Spend time with me not out of obligation, but out of desire. Talk to me throughout your day. Listen for my voice. Pay attention to my promptings. This is what will transform your life. I want to speak breakthrough over areas where you have been stuck, where nothing seems to change, no matter how hard you try. Where you have been praying the same prayer for years, with no apparent answer. Sometimes breakthrough requires persistence, continuing to pray and believe even when you see no evidence of change. Sometimes breakthrough requires a shift in perspective, seeing the situation differently or understanding what I am actually doing versus what you expected me to do. Sometimes breakthrough requires addressing something in your own heart, a belief or pattern that is blocking what I want to give you. And sometimes breakthrough is being prepared right now in ways you cannot see, and it will come suddenly when the time is right. Do not give up. Do not stop believing. Do not lose hope. Breakthrough is coming. The answer is on its way. The change you have been longing for is in process. Keep standing in faith. Keep declaring my promises. Keep trusting my timing. When morning comes, I will be there to greet you with new mercies. But for now, rest. Let everything else fade away. Let my presence be enough. Let my love surround you. Let my peace fill you. Close your eyes now. Let sleep come. Let my peace envelop you like a warm blanket. Let my presence surround you like a fortress. You are completely safe in my arms. No harm can reach you here. No fear can touch you here. You are held by everlasting arms, covered by unfailing love, protected by infinite power. Sleep in peace, my precious one. Sleep and be restored. I am here, and I will be here all through the night and into the morning light. You are not alone. You never were. You never will be. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Rest now in that promise. Rest now in that love. Rest now in me.